4 years. I thought it'd take a lot longer time to pass on, but I really can't believe it. 4 years of my life now gone in a haze, and now I find myself asking, was it spent right? Could I have done things differently in better ways maybe? Well, no matter how much I wonder and think of these questions, I must remind myself that what has happened, and that we can only look onward and live within the present. These past 4 years of my high school career were filled with countless and unforgettable experiences that shaped me into the person I am today. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoy my high school story. I vividly remember the feeling of being an underclassman, the nerves, the excitement, the idea that I was entering a new chapter in my life. Both my freshman and sophomore years of high school revolved around three things: school, soccer, and my friends and family. I was not working at the time, so I put all my time and effort into focusing on said texts. I'd played freshman and junior varsity soccer my first 2 years of high school, and I will never forget the laughs and memories that will stay close to me for as long as I live. I had met people that I'm still very close to this day, as I plan on keeping in touch with the people I've come to consider family. I started getting an idea as to who I really was and where I saw myself in this world through my rigorous junior year of high school. It felt like my junior year as an athlete had finally been complete, as I'd spent the beginning of the year playing varsity soccer. We'd have a successful season that year and would later become the first boys soccer team at Joliet West to become regional champions. Once the season had come to an end after an emotional defeat in sectional playoffs, it'd become the time I'd start working. I got myself a job as a cook at Culver's, and though I did enjoy the job, the pay just wasn't adequate enough in my opinion, so I got myself a job as a busser at a local steakhouse, where I'd work the 2 days I had off. Therefore, for a month and a half, I spent my life working 2 jobs, 7 days a week, all while finding time to focus on my AP and honors courses, as well as making time for the special people in my life. It was a very strenuous and demanding time in my life, and looking back, I praise myself as I realized the true perseverance I realized I had buried deep within myself. And at the cost of leaving behind playing the sport I loved, I believe my endeavor was worth the struggle, as I'd later receive recognition for my academic efforts. My last summer as a high schooler was finally here, and I'd spent the beginning of it overseas in Europe with my close cousin Melanie. Though it was costly and I was very hesitant about going, my family convinced Melanie and I to go out and venture the world, since we were blessed with a very special opportunity. That opportunity being financially stable first-generation Americans. The journey helped me grow as a person because it made me get an idea as to what it's like living as an independent thousands of miles away from home. Before I knew it, August had crept up on me, and it had become time to transition into the graduating class at Joliet West. I ensured I made it to sporting events and get-togethers with friends and family. I made sure I was taking photos and videos of every moment I felt was worthy of being looked back upon for a smile or a laugh after a week, month, or perhaps some years. So yes, I was that friend who always had their cell phone out trying to grasp every little moment I simply felt needed to be remembered forever. Through all the unforgettable memories I was making outside of home, I made sure I always had time for my family, as they were the people that, from the beginning, confided and believed in me to become successful in life. They are the reason I pushed myself to my best academically and as a person. They are my motivation to want to pursue a degree at one of the most prestigious public universities in the nation. I would like to thank my little Einstein of a brother Julian, as well as my beautiful and caring little sister Maya. They helped me become the father-like big brother that I am today, and I'd be a completely different person if it weren't for them. I also want to thank this stocky little man right here. I want to thank my father for setting the perfect example as to what the ideal father should be like. I want to thank him for never giving up on life, even during our darkest times, because somehow he was the one that always managed to pick us right up and out of the dark and onto our feet. I would not be who I am today if it weren't for him applauding me from the sidelines, or staying up late to make sure I understood my homework, or working that extra shift at work just to make sure by Christmas time his children had a Christmas gift checklist rather than a wish list. I aspire to one day be half the father he's been to my siblings and I. So with all that said, I hope you all enjoyed my high school story.